The driver said that if I refused to leave the seat, he would have to call the police, and I told him just call the police, which he did, and when they came, they placed me under arrest.
Wasn't that a pretty frightening thing to be arrested in Montgomery, Alabama?
No, I wasn't frightened at all.
You weren't frightened? Why
No.
weren't you frightened?
I don't know why I wasn't, but I didn't feel afraid. I had decided that I would have to know once and for all what rights I had as a human being and a citizen, even in Montgomery, Alabama.
Because...
In the late spring of 1931, I was past my 18th birthday. It was during the Depression, and I was quite lucky to have a maid-of-all-work job in the home of a couple who paid me $4 weekly for 7 days a week. The Mr. and Mrs. were off for their night of pleasure. The baby was put to bed by me, and he was sleeping. It was a typical hot Alabama night. All the doors and windows were open. I saw Mr. Charlie. He poured himself a drink from the whiskey bottle on the table. He stood near me, sipping a drink. I said the folks may be coming back soon if he wanted to wait for them. He said he was there to see me. He moved nearer to me and put his hand on my waist. At his touch, I jumped away as quickly as an unbridled filly. He asked me not to be afraid. He would not hurt me.
Posted bond. Did you have a trial?
Yes.
And you were found innocent or guilty?
Guilty.
You were found guilty, and then what?
The case was appealed.
How did this particular...
I feel they kept on walking because I was not the only person who had been mistreated and humiliated. Others had gone through the same experience, some even worse experience than mine, and they all felt that the time had come that they should decide that we would have to stop supporting the bus company until we were given better service.
He was fast becoming intoxicated on alcohol and lustful desire for my body. I knew that no matter what happened, I would never yield to this white man's bestiality. I was ready and willing to die, but give any consent. Never. All my fear had been replaced by a determination to stand completely alone against this formidable foe as long as I drew the breath of life. I talked about the white man's inhumane treatment of the Negro, how I hated all white people, especially him. He asked me to give him a price. I was not for sale. I asked him if the white woman was not good enough for him. I taunted him about the supposed white supremacy, the white man's law drawing them.